Morning, fellow zombies. Are we emotionally screwed up and sleep deprived? My sleep schedule's so screwed up, it's not even funny. It's 11:46 at night, Pacific Standard Time. It's still the 22nd of September, 2023, the Weaver Regency of Roseman, California. Yeah, I'm not doing this in a diary. Nothing on the grieving end except for the politics. Yeah, we're going to talk about politics, aren't we? There was a question a few days ago when we actually had Zelensky from Ukraine trying to plead his case to the United Nations and then to our Congress. House of Representatives actually put the hand up and says you're not coming into Congress and plead your case. Trumplicans for you. And outside you had the Trumplicans still, or the Trumplican wannabes, saying that no, we want more accountability at this point over here. Why is he using this? Yeah, I heard Vivek. Schwarmy, whatever the hell his last name is. Just call him Vivek. It's the easiest name for me to recognize with a schmuck anyway. Fast talking con man anyway. He thinks he knows better and doesn't have any business sense. Actually, he doesn't have any business sense, and not to mention he doesn't have any government sense. So his own thing is just to grift, just like Trump did. If Trump can get in office, why not another grifter? Thinks American people are that stupid? He's playing upon it. So, when asked a question from a reporter, will he also support in Congress Vivek, not Vivek, Zelensky, President Zelensky's request for more additional aid? And basically, Vivek has turned his back on him verbally. We only want more accountability. I mean, why are we doing this for him? I mean, he's just coming over here and keeps asking for us more money at this point over here. Why should we do it? You know, it kind of reminds me of Chamberlain back in the 1930s. When the Nationalist Socialist Party was gaining form and function and steam by going after people left and right. Apparently, America, well, England was going to get their asses kicked, so there's no way in hell they're going to be doing that. But America at the time was saying, no, we're not going to have this one. We're not going to deal with this one. We're going to stay out of it. Because it's Europe's problem, not ours. It's not the problem of the United States. It's never the problem of the United States. Why is it our department? Why is it our problem? And there was that anti-war feeling about it. I mean, right after World War I, we were still dealing and licking our own wounds. We got drawn into it because the Lusitania got their asses kicked, and we got dragged into World War I, and we helped allies. Because we got our ship blown out of the water, it's because we were sending allies supplies and stuff. And when you attacked an American ship, you attacked the United States, and therefore you declared war on us. And therefore, we had to go out there and kick your ass, and it took a few years on that one. The same situation that we ran into concerning about the Pacific War. We really didn't want to get into a shooting match, but we got into it because we got our asses kicked on that one. They thought we weren't going to do anything. They thought we were going to be pacifist about it. We weren't. We went in and we kicked their ass. Every time we got into an argument, actually every time we got into a conflict, what I've read and discovered, we didn't go out there to start the damn wars, but we're sure as hell went out there to try to finish the damn thing. And sometimes we didn't do a very good job at it either. Grenada, it wasn't exactly a war, but it was a bit of a combat situation. Or maybe a mini war if you call it that way, but it wasn't a world war. We're trying to save our United States citizens out there trying to rescue their asses from the Russians. via the Cubans trying to do their own damn action on the damn thing. So that was pretty rotten. Vietnam, decade or two earlier, we already had set the damn things up in the first place. We were already sending advisors right after the French pulled out, and the British. We were trying to support the South Vietnamese and having an established democracy. There's a lot of political uh, tug war on that one. Who's right and who was wrong during that time? We were trying to prevent the Red Scare from happening during that time. What the hell happened? We got ourselves into a nasty war between Vietnam and the United States, and then Russia had to get into it. Actually, China had to get into it by supplying more weapons. So, in a sense, we did have a world war, if I want to look at it that way, for Vietnam. Pros and cons on that one to see whether or not if it was actually, you know, they call it a legitimate war. Well, yeah, it was actually a call to war. Some people called it a police action. Well, to me, it wasn't a police action. If they were going to be bombing the living crap out of people left and right, what are they trying to do? Say, you're all under arrest. I'm going to bomb the living crap out of you. And that's no damn joke. There's nothing funny about that damn thing. So, and there's still controversy to this day regarding it. But there's a lot of deep-seated wounds still trying to be healed on this one, and they're trying to still bury it a little bit. Biden made that trip over to Vietnam and saw the memorial of Senator McCain. God rest his soul. He was trying to make peace with the past on that one. I'm surprised John Kerry wasn't with him. Kerry was out there in Nam. McCain was out there in Nam. McCain got shot down. Kerry was Brownwater Navy. He wasn't. At least I don't think so. Wasn't captured and put as a POW, but he did survive. So now we jump forward. We're coming into a situation where we're supplying weapons for one country fighting for its existence against Putin. And we have international aid somewhat trying to keep that up. So if you want to look at that as a world war of a sorts, de facto, but still, might as well call it as such. We got ourselves in another world war. And people are so damn war-worried about it. And I don't blame it. It's part of human nature right now. We can't even go through a decade or two without any kind of peace going on, without some kind of conflict to kick everybody else's ass at this point. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening right now. We're supplying weapons for a country fighting for its survival against Putin. And Putin is marching on and not stopping. He's basically telling people that you either play by my rules or else I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you anyway, but I'm giving you that warning there. And he had threatened, and he knows better, but he had threatened anyway to use his ancient nuclear technology. But he's shopping around with China, who seems to be trying to pull back on their promises. Not to mention North Korea. And North Korea wants a lot more than what we would still allow anyway in this situation. Putin's running out of ammunition. He's running out of weapons. He's running out, period, because of his mad conquest of Ukraine. And I don't understand why he's so damn obsessed. Unless, of course, he's still trying to get his Soviet Union reestablished. And he's willing to throw people's lives into action. He was willing to throw a private army into the damn thing. And he had arguments concerning about supply and stuff with the Wagner leader. And Wagner is just basically a group of mercenary thugs that just took over Africa. Certain portions of Africa that had that are still mineral rich, which is still funding them, this mercenary group. So here's the thing. I've got an issue with Vivek. I ain't calling his last name. That's going to be too much of a tongue twister, even with my damn teeth. So just Vivek. All right, Vivek, what's your major malfunction with this one? You support Putin? You support another country invading another country? You support global terrorism? You support anarchy? You don't support human rights. You're going to be fast talking and double talking left and right and thinking that you know better. And the American people should know better. American people are getting tired of it, I think. We came out of a major 20-year war. We were expending so much of our damn anger at that point over there, it's not even funny, and we still got the racism still going on. Even before 9/11 hit, we still had a racism going on. We had a problem with anybody else that wasn't theoretical American. You know, and suppose the Native Americans at this point over here would be looking at us saying, these people are crazy. Even after generations, they're still nuts. Well, I'll support that one. We are nuts. But the thing of it is, having Putin, which is even worse, trying to dictate demands to the world one way or another. You know what I keep expecting him to do? Put on a helmet of the Cobra Commander. And then him trying to dictate policy through a damn mask. Enter G.I. Joe. But no. Zelensky came in with a hat in hand. He knew that his own resources were going out. And Putin's still pushing. Zelensky has no choice but to enlist the world's aid, because what if Putin did annex Ukraine? What if he actually flattened the whole damn place? You know what scares the hell out of the people is the nuclear option being used or even being hinted at. If Putin decided he's going to get one advantage, it's going to be throwing the world into a hell of a chaos here by throwing in one nuclear weapon in there. He knows he's opened up a Pandora's box that can never be shut. He's going to try winning this war conventionally, and if he does, win by attrition. I'm saying if he does. He's already got Ukraine. He's got Crimea. Who's he going after next? We got NATO countries surrounding that area. Is he going to be attacking NATO after that, or is he going to be happy with just Ukraine? And all he's got to do is do something stupid. And here's the thing, capturing Ukraine, if the place hadn't been bombed to hell, they still could have been salvaging the breadbasket of Europe. We also get some of our grain products, not just from America, but we also get it from overseas, including from Ukraine. In case the asshole hadn't figured it out, if he's such a smart guy with business jobs, he should have been figuring out the supply and demand. Where's our food supply coming from, really? And as he notices the prices, it doesn't have anything to deal with presidential powers. It's market. And it's also regarding foreign policies happening across the world. And maybe in that instance, that would be the executive branch's main area right there. Not to mention Congress's. Because you know, the rebuilding of Ukraine, if it actually wins its independence, and I hope to God it does. I mean, if it gets past the Soviet mentality that Putin's still throwing out there, if Ukraine still manages to salvage what's left of his land, he's going to have decades upon rebuilding his country here. And it's going to take a lot more resources than we have. But we're still going to help him out because that's what we are. I'm afraid it's going to get a lot worse than it already is. Vivek's trying to play up on that and that fear. Yeah, I know it's going to get a lot fear, and I know that people are still being sympathetic to Putin. Putin is there to satisfy his own damn ego and his own damn power lust. As if the Trumplicants don't even figure this shit out. Already the Democrats are afraid to figure this shit out, but they're also too damn afraid sometimes to call out the Republican Trumplicants on this. You know, if there's going to be a Trumplicant out there being asked a question, there should have been another Democrat out there trying to do a counter proposal saying, you know, we've had this addressed on the House floor, and they had been silent about it every time we keep bringing up Putin. They want Putin's name out of it because they don't want to deal with him. They're too damn afraid of him. Whatever he's offered them, they've taken the bait. Let them deny it on floor. Let them deny it in public. Let them deny it in front of the American people and include their own constituents that the Trumplican Party is not accountable or ever will be to Putin and his followers or his idealism. I want to hear it from them, but they're too damn cowardly to say it. So we have the Democrats going on different shows left and right saying it. And calling people on it. Then you got the progressive media out there in social media land, like YouTube and places like that. They're still trying to prove that the Trumplicans don't know what they're asking a hot rock, but also going after the Democrats. Why not? They got to go after someone to earn their own bread and butter. Yeah, I don't consider the Democrats perfect at this point over here. They're just as human and just as screwed up as we are. But I think some of them actually got a better handle of what the hell's going on. But not many of the Republicans, if there are actually any left in the Republican Party, will actually go on record and state that they are against their own fellow party members of supporting Putin and his actions, and that they will call out their own brethren on this matter. Very few of them did that for the January 6th. I'm not calling it incident. I'm just calling it January 6th. Because I'd seen it, what the hell happened to the Capitol building. Everybody was watching it on camera. You can't deny the damn thing in the first place. You couldn't deny it anyway. And they had a commission, and they talked about it, and they had evidence and cooperation and film, video, audio. What did they also need to see that we had a Capitol invasion over here? But they still denied the damn thing to this day. Some of them actually still supported the invaders of our capital, which happen to be our own United States people who are still having issues. Well, continues on with this conversation. You look at social media these days, especially on YouTube. Don't get too stuck on it because the zeros and ones out there, the marketing ploys, marketing algorithms out there, I think, are out to get you suckered more and more into the box. They've got me trapped in that one there too. Facebook, YouTube, the only two places I go for video information to see what people are talking about. But this is my just midnight blathering here. It's a little after midnight right now, so I wanted to get this off my chest.